What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talk Sport to Jake. Hope we're all doing well. Let's get started with some baseball. We had a big signing finally in Major League Baseball free agency. The Chicago Cubs land Alex Bregman on a 5-year, $175 million deal. Bregman, a little bit older, but he is still very good. Will be in year 11 next year. Injuries did limit him to 114 games last year, but still had a very strong season. He hit 270 something last year, 273, had 360 on base, 821 OPS, 462 slugging. He had 18 home runs and 62 RBIs last year and was still a very solid defender at third base. He's had a great career. Of course, he won two championships with the Houston Astros. Of course, it was part of a sign Steven came up for the first one in 2017, but won a more obviously loyal one in 2022. He's got over 200 home runs for his career, former Gold Glove winner. He's still a very good third baseman. Cubs signed him for $175 million. They deferred $70 million of the deal, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. I saw something that said it would actually come to like 150, but it should probably be less than that. But I'm not sure. But Alex Bregman is now a Chicago Cub. Boston fans are up in arms. They've been completely trashing Craig Breslau and John Henry and the Boston Red Sox, and rightfully so. How do you trade Rafael Devers for what 8 or 9 months of Alex Bregman? I don't understand how you can possibly do that. Like I don't understand. Look, I get Devers was being an asshole, causing problems in the clubhouse, and at the end of the day, he was going to be a $300 million DH that Craig Breslau, their now general manager, been their GM the last couple of years, didn't actually sign. Shane Bloom signed him to that deal. But how do you trade him for nothing in the middle of the season the way you did and let Alex Bregman walk? I don't understand that whatsoever. Like they said, oh yeah, we're gonna take the money from the Devers contract, which is, what, 25, 30 million a year, whatever it was, and we're gonna, use it to improve our team. And they didn't do. They haven't done. They have not signed a single free agent. They made a couple of trades. You give a bunch of prospects in 3 separate trades to get Wilson Contreras to play first base. You add Sonny Gray to your rotation. You added Johan Oviedo to your rotation. Other than that, you have not made a major league free agent signing. Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's I don't understand what they are trying to do. You're in a brutal American League East. Granted, the Yankees haven't done anything either, but they're still better than you right now probably. And if they end up making a move, whether it's re-signing Cody Bellinger, they can find a way to do that, or whether they add, they're kind of still speculated for Kyle Tucker or Bo Bichette. I don't think it happens. They seem to be pretty kind of stuck on their ways too, but. They got the Blue Jays are obviously a better team than you. They went to the World Series last year. They appear to be better on paper. They've made some moves. Still could bring back Bo Bichette. The Orioles are definitely. I'm not sure if they're better than you, but they are better than they were last year. You had Pete Alonso, you had Taylor Ward to that lineup. You made some small moves to help the pitching staff. You're taking a chance on Shane Baz, bringing back Zach Eflin, hoping he bounces back. You brought in Ryan Helsley, hoping he bounces back. He's going to close for you. But for the Orioles, Red Sox could be in some trouble. So they lose Bregman. He goes to the Cubs. But on the Cubs, this is a great move. They made the move to address their rotation by trading for Edward Cabrera, assuming he stays healthy. He's a very good starting pitcher, should have an excellent rotation. Already had a very deep bullpen. Needed them one more big bat with Kyle Tucker not expected to be re-signed, and they get that with Alex Bregman. We'll see what happens. I know they've speculated they would trade Nico Horner, who's really good as a Gold Glove second baseman who can play shortstop, decent hitter. I know you still have Matt Shaw in that organization, a more top prospect who hasn't been good so far, but is still young, so we'll see what happens. But that's a big move for the Chicago Cubs, who now look like a legit contender in the National League and may have a shot of unseating the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Central next year. That's still a big move in baseball. Let's get to college football. First game, the Fiesta Bowl. Number 10 Miami beats number 6 Ole Miss 31-27. They advanced to the national championship. It was a great game, back and forth, and Miami, who we weren't even sure was going to get into the playoff, going into the final selection show before the playoff started, they ended up going all the way and advanced to the national championship.
2nd and 3 after the penalty. Lacey up the middle. He won. Lacey's in the clear. It's a foot race. The Hurricanes cannot run him down. A lightning strike for Ole Miss. There's an offensive lineman in the backfield as a lead blocker. Reaching for the end zone is Marty Brown, and Miami goes back on top. It's just been super clutch. Big part of that victory against Georgia. Obviously had the game winner, but had 2 long-range field goals early. Needs to be sharper tonight. Here's one of those 2nd downs and 6. Beck feeling some late pressure. Launching downfield. Wide open is Marion. Another bust to extend the lead. Back to 7. This one is right and stays right. Carnero from distance, 52, and it's going to doink off the upright. 3rd and 12 now. Beck looks across the middle, batted in the air, and intercepted. Tries this one from 54 to make it a 1-point lead. And he's done it again. Are you kidding me? This bank shot goes in. They get it to him. Tony has space. Malachi Tony still running. Touchdown, Miami! Again, the Canes bring pressure. Chambliss delivers. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Daquan Wright. 3 receivers bunch to the left. Beck is looking that way. And still looking. Takes off running. Carson Beck with his legs. Pressure comes. Delivers across the middle. And the catch is made. Chambliss steps up and fires across the middle. Catch is made.
Now they get a timeout.
Chambliss connects the snap. Backpedals. Launches to the end zone. Broken up.
So this game was back and forth early in the 2nd quarter. That kid Lacey is such a good player. We weren't even sure he was going to play in the Georgia game. He had a shoulder injury. He decided to play through it. He's been money all year. Put almost up 7-3. Man, Miami would run one in a little bit later in the 2nd quarter. 7 minutes to go. Made it 10-7. Then, I think it was the next drive, Ole Miss with a field goal from 42 yards out. They have one of the best kickers in the country. 10-10. All tied up. Next drive, Miami gets the ball back. Carson Beck would scramble. He uncorks a deep pass to a wide open man. Completely blown coverage by the Rebels. Makes it eventually at 17-13. Miami would miss a field goal. Carver would miss a field goal from 53. Almost would try a 52-yarder, which would go off the upright and out. So it remains 17-13 Miami. Later in the 3rd quarter, Carson Beck has one tipped into an interception. So Ole Miss, with a big turnover, stood a field goal try from 54 yards out. This one also hits the upright, but upright and through the, off the upright and it through the middle there. So a little doink there. Almost to go up 19-17. About 5 minutes ago, 4th quarter. Mark Fletcher, great run. Brings a bunch of tackles. Touchdown, Miami. They go up 24-19, but almost going to get the ball back. Chambliss finds a man with 3:13 to go. Touchdown. Ole Miss would go for 2 and get it. 27-24. But then last 20 seconds, Carson Beck runs it in. 4-right touchdown with 18 seconds left. Almost would have a chance. 1st down. Over middle, around midfield. It's caught. 2nd down, next play, 11 seconds to go. Chambliss scrambling. Finds a man again. They would spike it. And then 6 seconds to go. Last chance from the 35. Deep pass, incomplete. I think the Hurricanes got away with a passing interference on that call. But nonetheless, not the reason that almost lost the game. Great game. Kudos to Carson Beck, who I'm not very high on. Still really am not. We'll see how he performs in the national championship, but he played really well in this game. So kudos to Carson Beck and Miami Hurricanes. And kudos to Mayor Cristobal, who I've not always been a fan of, but he's done a good job this year and has them in the national championship. And then in the Peach Bowl, number 1 Indiana dismantles number 5 Oregon, 56-22. Mendoza for a crazy game, 5 touchdowns. Nothing more was horrible in this game. Yeah, I think 3 turnovers in the first half. it might be time to really look at Dan Lanning. I like him. I do think he's a good coach. He's overall done a good job there, but he's gotten blown out in a lot of these big games. Like last year, Ohio State just dismantled them when Oregon was the 1 seed this year. And look, last year Ohio State was a very good team. They won it all. Indiana is an incredible team. They're one of the best teams of the last 10 years. I expect them to win it all, but number one team in the country for a reason. But to just be that uncompetitive, to be down 21-7 before you can blink, 35-7 at the half, to lose by 34 points, that's just embarrassing. Like I didn't think you'd win. You had some injuries to your running backs, and you wouldn't be able to really bully Indiana like you did to Texas Tech. But I thought you would at least be within like maybe 2 scores. Maybe you lose by 17 if Indiana's that good. But to lose by 34, we're down 28 at the half, lose by 34 is utterly embarrassing. Indiana, man. Kirsten Cincinnati is the best coach in football. Mendoza's the reason he won the Heisman. And I would be shocked if the Bears pass on him with the first pick. I don't see how you could. He's just so incredibly good. So national championship will be Indiana against Miami a week from today at 7:30 p.m. It's in Miami. Indiana right now is a 7.5-point favorite. It will be on ESPN, but it is in Miami. Not where the U plays. It's in Miami Gardens. Technically, it's a home game for the U, but that is the national championship. NFL Wildcard weekend was definitely put the Wild in Wildcard for the most part. First game on Saturday was Rams-Panthers. Rams get by the Panthers 34-31 in an incredible game as they advance to the divisional round. Just a back and forth affair. Carolina led late in this game, but Rams with the late score to come out on top.
May, head-to-head for MVP. Going end zone, poking a Nakua, and just like that, Los Angeles is on the board. Looks to throw. First read taken away. Rips it over the middle, and it's picked off. Kobe Durant, the interception. Here comes Hubbard. Straight into the end zone for the Panther touchdown. Nakua motions out. Blitz is coming. Stafford looking to run for the first down. Instead, lets it go, and it's broken up. Both teams trying to break through still. Young steps up. He's got room. Bryce Young tucks it, runs. Bryce Young, touchdown. So the rookie out of Florida State, Ryan Fitzgerald, in his first postseason kick, has tied the game. The Rams retake the lead. Once Adams, it's picked off. Mike Jackson makes his mark again.
These moments to run the ball between the tackles.
Chuba Hubbard, straight ahead, over the goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. Panthers lead.
Devontae Adams time.
Stafford has Williams. Kyron Williams puts the Rams back in front.
Pulling in space.
Evans to punt it. Coming after it and blocking it. Carolina's blocked the punt. Aggressive as Canales is. Blitz comes. Young, corner of the end zone. Coker, a dime, a touchdown, a Panther lead. Stafford going towards the end zone. Parkinson, what a catch, and a touchdown.
Just stressing the protection.
They get there again, lofted up, incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. It's Young. It's dropped, and it's over.
So scoring got started. I think what was the first drive. Stafford to Puka Nakua, who's such a dog. Touchdown Rams. 7-0. Later in the quarter, Bryce Young under pressure. Ball's tipped, ends up getting intercepted by the Rams. Rams take the ball back. Second quarter, Rams up 14-0 after another touchdown from Puka. Chuba runs in to make it 14-7. It's now 17-7 and a half to go. Rams go for it on 4th down. Don't get it. I don't understand why you would go for that. It's late in the half. It's 4th and 3. If you take the field goal, it's 20-7. Even if the Carolina Panthers go down and score a field goal, they're up by 10 going into the half. Worst case, they get a touchdown. It's 20-14 going into the half. Still up by basically a touchdown. You don't get it. At least with the door open, Carolina after Bryce with a big play to Jamin Coker, which wasn't the highlight, but I just wanted to say it for context. Bryce Young runs in for a touchdown. Third quarter, 46-yard field goal. Ryan Fitzgerald, good. He did a very good job this year as a rookie for the Panthers, kicking the field goals. That would tie it at 17. Next drive, though, Harrison Mervis for the Rams. 42-yarder is good. 2017 Rams. Later in the quarter, Stafford would drop back, and he would be intercepted, making it still 2017 Rams. Carolina picks it off early fourth quarter, first and goal for Carolina. Again, Chuba Hubbard powers his way in for a touchdown. Carolina leads for the first time, 24-20. But very shortly afterwards, Stafford to Kyron Williams, touchdown, 8:47 to go in the game, 27-24 Rams. They would punt the football about 4:15 to go in the game. It will get blocked by the Panthers around the 30-yard line, which set up a 3rd and 3 deep in the red zone. Beautiful ball from Bryce Young to Jamin Coker, who had a career game. It's at 31-27 Panthers with 2:39 to go. But too much time for Stafford. 40 seconds. Stafford to Corey Parkinson. Great catch by Parkinson with 38 seconds to go. Put the Rams up 34-31. Carolina one more chance. 3rd and 10, 15 seconds. Bryce Young overthrows his man there. Then 4th and 10, 12 seconds, and the ball will be dropped. I didn't like the play calling on that last drive by Dave Canales. He's an aggressive play caller, and a lot of times it comes back to bite him. All 4 plays were like, deep downfield throws. You need some chunk plays there. You only need a field goal. You have a good kicker. I understand that at all. It didn't help that the drop pass on 4th down end of their season. So Rams move on to the divisional round. Carolina put up a valiant effort. Obviously only 8-9, but still was able to win that golf NFC South, and they put up a great fight. Bryce Young, who I'm not very high on, he did play very well, especially in that second half. The Rams move on. Then we had just a crazy game. The Bears come all the way back down 18 points at the half to beat the Packers 31-27 in a stunning comeback from the Chicago Bears.
Fake it to him. Rolling, throwing, caught! And does he get into the end zone? He does. Christian Watson. On 4th and 6, Williams fires, and that's going to be picked at the 12-yard line. In the pocket. Open. Caught. Reed. Touchdown. They do indeed. It's juggled. And then it's tipped and it's incomplete. Jacobs the back. Love throwing. Open. Caught. Dobbs. So 4th and 4. Can they keep the drive going? Williams throws over the middle. Incomplete. To take a 3-0 lead. From 55. And it's a kick that is no good this time. From the 23, pass to the outside. Finding room here. Golden is inside the 10. And Golden will go into the end zone for the touchdown. In the pocket. Fires, caught, touchdown! To try to make it 6 up. And the kick is no good. Except as a receiver. Pass is caught. That's a first down and a lot more down the sideline before he steps out of bounds. They want to get 7. They can use the clock. Williams throwing, and it's caught for the touchdown by DJ Moore. Hearts beating furiously. Gets dropped. Love looking. One last gasp. Moving guys around. Fires to the end zone, and it is broken up.
This game, as you saw in the highlight, scoring with the Bears up 3-0 in the first quarter. Late in the first quarter, Love play action, finds Christian Watson for a touchdown. Christian Watson's a weird player. He's either like one of the worst receivers I've ever seen. He's jogging past left and right, or he has like 3 touchdowns. It's crazy turn of events with that guy sometimes. But then second quarter, from the Packers 40, Kia throws an interception. That was one where I guess they're like, all right, we can't really punt it, and we too long for a field goal, too short for a punt. It's 4th and 6, and I guess he saw nothing open, so he figured, let's just chuck it down the field. Packers honestly should have just let the ball drop. They would have had better field position. They ended up having punting, but still up 7-3, less than 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Love, time to throw, beautiful ball, Jaden Reed, touchdown, 14-3 Packers. Then again, Bears go for it, 4th and 4. Caleb, pass is blocked, incomplete. I would have punted the ball here. I know You're down by 11. Still a bunch of time left in the first half. The playoff game. But if you don't get this, you get the Packers the ball inside your 35-yard line. And that's not good. I would have pumped the ball, pin them relatively deep, and try and get a stop and get something going. Instead, on 4th and goal, Packers go for it from the 1-yard line. Love finds Romeo Doubs for the touchdown. They're up 21-3, less than 2 minutes to go. And again, the Bears go for it. 4th and 4, 35 seconds. Caleb with an errant throw. Again, you should have taken the point. It was a longer field goal, but I think Santos could have made that kick. And again, 21-6 is still a 2-touchdown game. But, now you 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. You're in the lead. Now, down 18 is a difference. I don't know why you did that. It's the playoffs. Down 18, you need points. However, Packers will get one more chance to score. 55-yarder from McManus misses as time expires in the first half. For fast forward to the fourth quarter, Bears trying to sneak back in, 21-16 now. But Matthew Golden was a ghost all regular season, being a first-round pick. Only had 1 touchdown all season. Breaks a bunch of tackles, touchdown. McManus would miss the extra point, however, still up by 11 with 6.5 to go in the game. Lead looked safe. Being said, Bears, very next drive, Caleb Williams on 2nd and goal finds his man for a touchdown. Zacchaeus. Bears go for 2. They get it. Makes it 27-24. A little over 4 minutes to go. Packers will get the ball back. Just under 3 minutes to go. They would kick a 44-yard field goal. They would try a 44-yard field goal. This would have put them up by 6 with less than 3 minutes to go. And McManus misses it. Another missed kick from McManus, who's been shaky all year. And that would lead to the Bears getting the ball back. 3rd and 4, just under 2 minutes. Caleb finds Swift for a big play. Gets him into the red zone. Or just before the red zone. First down, minute 46 to go. Caleb to a wide open DJ Moore. Pure Green Bay, how you let that guy get behind you? How you blow the coverage of that part of the game? And Bears come all the way back, take a 31-27 lead. Green Bay would get the ball one more time. Last part of the game, Love fumbles with snap, 6 seconds left. Scrambling around just inside the Bears' 30-yard line. Eventually has to just chuck it into the end zone. And, of course, it's batted down in triple coverage. Incomplete. Bears come all the way back and beat the Packers 31-27. I don't understand why the Packers are still looking to extend Matt LaFleur. He did not do a good enough job. This guy, he's been there for what? Something like 6 years, however long it's been. I know he's won a lot of games. When he's 79 and 30 or 40, whatever. He's got a great record, but when you look at things, he had Aaron Rodgers at the end of his prime. Couldn't get over the hump in the conference championship. Choosing to kick the field goal and making, not trying to pick your defense, not like Tom Brady, not get a first down. When Aaron Rodgers was one of the greatest years ever, you were inside the 10-yard line. It was a horrific decision a few years ago. And then, early playoff exits 3 years in a row, but with missing the playoffs in the last year of Aaron Rodgers sandwich in between there. This year, from the clock management was horrible. The play calling at times was very bad. And to blow that lead, well, I didn't understand. With like 2:07 to go when the Bears got the ball back, he called a timeout. You need those timeouts when you get the ball back. If the Bears did end up scoring, which they did, I don't understand. I don't get it. I would have moved on. I think John Harbaugh would have happily came to Green Bay. Yes, it's probably a guy you would have had to hire. I think you would have been able to do it. I don't understand why they are keeping Matt LaFleur. I would have fired him. How do you collapse? It's early playoff exit after early playoff exit. I just don't understand. In the Sunday games, first Sunday game was a thriller. Bills sneak past the Jaguars 27-24. Josh Allen gets it done as defeats Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars 27-24 on the road. That was the Bills' first road playoff win since 1992.
And Lawrence again up top and picked off. Picked off by Thompson. Shaq Thompson's down to the 32-yard line. Rader, hold on. It's good. Trevor's going to go up top, going to throw it. End zone. Got a touchdown with Brian Thomas Jr. Got a chance to show his stuff as he crosses the 20, the 30, The 35, he gets hit by his own teammate. The ball's on the ground. Each team thinks they have it. Gun. They gamble, and they go with Lawrence. Oh, this is going to be so close.
We're going to take a look at this replay. Watch Trevor Lawrence here on the down the line shot. And remember, when that knee is down, if Thompson is touching him right there, we can see the ball is short at the 13-yard line. Great challenge by Coach McDermott. And here's a close-up again. Watch Lawrence's right shin touched by Thompson right there.
There he goes, Tony. You had the right call, and I think he broke the plane. It's a touchdown. Again, the longest ever at the Raiders, 68 yards. Here's Lawrence pulling it down. Yes! Oh, what a catch by Washington. 34 yards. No one is set.
This is a chance. And that football just starts from that center. That's when the defense unabated, because they didn't get back occurs, so it's a kill right there. We're looking at fractions.
The ruling on the field is that the offense did get set, and there was offside by the defense. Reset the game clock to 1 second.
Here it is, 54 yards. Washington's kick. After all that, it's no good. 6 yards away from the lead. Here's Lawrence. Zips it. In zone. Caught. Touchdown. Parker Washington. Hands right there. No question. 1st and 10. Makes the quick toss. Goes down the field. Kincaid has it for the touchdown. He's rolling right. Loves to throw it this way. Flicks it. ETN. He's in for the touchdown. And Jacksonville takes the lead again. Big on the tush push. There he is, shoving. And Allen's got it. Not to be denied. He's still going. Look at this.
Wow.
A full thoroughbred. Touchdown. And they say touchdown.
The 10 yards, basically, that was an incredible play call.
And goal. He's shoved across. They'll go ahead and take the touchdown. As again, Reggie Gilliam rides right behind him. Line to get to is at the 50. That would match his career long as 68-yard attempt. Ball's intercepted. The game is over.
This was a back and forth game. First quarter, Trevor Lawrence just inside his own 40 is picked off. Not a good throw there from Lawrence. Bills with the interception. They get good field position. Jaguars defense would not break, but Matt Prater from 50 yards out would get the just inside the upright. Field goal for the Bills, 3-0. Then early second quarter, Trevor Lawrence. 2nd and goal, touchdown, Brian Thomas Jr., 7-3 Jacksonville. And that would lead to the ensuing kickoff. Ray Davis with the return. And return looks good early on. Breaks free. He's got a hole, but he fumbles. Jacksonville would recover the ensuing kickoff with a 7-3 lead early in the second quarter. 4-2, they would go for it. Lawrence, Dallas Florida appears to have the first down, but on the instant replay, as Gene Steratore, you saw him break the play down. The shin was down. He was touched by Shaq Thompson. So he did not get it. You got to take the points there. I know you got the ball in a really good spot after the fumble, but take the points. You're up by a touchdown. It's a playoff game at home. Bills offense hadn't really taken off yet. I would have taken the points. Then later in the quarter, Josh Allen runs one in on 3rd and goal for a touchdown, 10-7 Buffalo. And then late in the first half, this is a little interesting, 15 seconds left, Lawrence zips one. Great catch there by Parker Washington. Finally down 7 seconds ago. They were trying to spike it. Originally looked like they spiked it, but the Bills were off sides. But on the replay, it looks like Jaguars did not get the snap off, which would have been the end to the half. But the referee said, otherwise saying they did not. They did get it off, so it's off sides. That lead to a 54-yard field goal try from Cam Little, who would miss it. Cam Little, the AFC's all-pro kicker, misses the field goal, so kind of a blow-down-line moment there. And then fourth quarter, 13-10 Bills. Trevor Lawrence looking on the 2nd and goal. Finds a man, touchdown. Big game is for this one for Parker Washington. 17-13 Jacksonville in the fourth quarter. Next drive, 9 minutes to go. Josh Allen finds Dalton Kincaid. Nice throw. 2017 Bills, less than 9 minutes to go. Jacksonville gets the ball back. Over 4 minutes ago, Trevor Lawrence on a bootleg. Travis Etienne breaks a tackle, touchdown. With 4 minutes left, Jacksonville leads 24-20. And we get to the Bills getting the football back. This was interesting. 4th inches, a minute 10 to go. They would sneak it, and Allen gets 9 yards on a QB sneak. Richie called a touchdown. You saw in the instant replay. He was short, but how do you have a 9-yard run on a QB sneak? I know Allen's a different breed. The guy's the size of a linebacker, but 9 yards on a QB sneak. How do you give that up? But that leads to first and goal on the 1-yard line. Bills punched in with Allen. I would have honestly taken a knee and then did that with Allen. Because Jaguars were out of timeout. You take the clock down to about 25 seconds. Give Jacksonville, 20 seconds to go. Kane Little's the best kicker in the NFL this year. But they give Jacksonville the ball back down by only a field goal, minute 2 to go. But first play, just inside your own 25, less than a minute to go. Ball's tipped and intercepted. That pick not necessarily on Trevor Lawrence, but also in the middle of the field, there's a bunch of defenders in the area. Not the smartest decision by Trevor Lawrence. He honestly didn't play. He was kind of a mixed bag in this game. But Bills beat Jacksonville 27-24. Good thing they did, because they lost in the first round with no Chiefs, Ravens, or Bengals in the playoffs. There would have been major changes in Buffalo. And then the middle game was the 49ers beating the Philadelphia Eagles 23-19, as the Niners, who come from the wild card, and knock out the defending champs in the first round on the road. This one scoring got started on the first drive. Purdy fake pitch. Throws it. Finds a man. It's DeMarcus Robinson for a touchdown. Eagles will go down and tie. Nice play call, actually, surprisingly, from the Eagles. Dallas Goedert ends up running one in a little bit of a trickery play. But Jake Elliott would miss the extra point. He had a bit of a tough year, Jake Elliott. He is a good kicker, but he had a tough year. Hits the goalpost on the extra point. Second quarter, still 7-6 Niners. Hurts play action, rolls, and finds a man that's Goddard again for a touchdown. They're up 13-10. Third quarter, Purdy under pressure, picked off. Not a good decision by Purdy. You're under pressure, kind of forced that one. And that would lead to a field goal from Jake Elliott, making it 16-10 late in the third quarter for the Eagles. And first play of the fourth quarter, Purdy gives it to Sky Moore, who tosses it to Juwan Jennings, who throws it to Christian McCaffrey. What a play call by the Niners. They have a point. They get the ball back, and Purdy picked off again, through that one. Quinyon Mitchell jumps the route, picks it off. Eagles get the ball back, leads to a field goal from Elliott. This one much shorter. 19-17 Eagles. But less than 3 minutes to go. Purdy deep in the red zone on, third and goal. Yeah, finds McCaffrey for a touchdown. Less than 3 minutes to go. 23-19. And then Hurts on 4th and 11 from about the 20-yard line into triple coverage. Terrible decision by him. 49ers win 23-19. Philadelphia, they got to look at the leadership there. Sirianni's not that good of a coach. Kempatulo's got to go. And Hurts is also very overrated. I'm sorry. But Niners win. They advance. And the nightcap was the Patriots defeating the Los Angeles Chargers 16-3. Do not have a highlight for this one. Didn't think it was worth it. This was a snooze fest. The one not so wild game of the wild card weekend. But we got to have a talk about Justin Herbert. Man, his offensive line was really bad in this game. He was sacked 6 times, took 11 hits. But he's been really bad from the 3 playoff losses. He's 0-3 in the playoffs now in his career. Been in the league for 6 years. The first time, he blew a 27-0 lead. He had 4 picks last year against Houston. Didn't score a touchdown against New England. And again, look, the 27-0 was far from all on him. A lot of it was on his defense for getting lit up in the second half. If they had 4 picks on Trevor Lawrence in the first half, Lawrence ripped them apart in the second half. But Herbert needed to play better in that second half. And like this time, I get it. He had a lot of injuries. The offensive line was depleted. He got killed. Definitely didn't do him any favors. He had some bad drops. But again, he missed a lot of throws. He had a bad turnover or 2. And you got to be able you didn't score a single freaking touchdown. He went at one point, like the middle of the second quarter, with the 5.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. I don't think he had a single passing yard. Like, he was bad. He wasn't good enough. And last year, he threw 4 picks against the Houston Texans. He has 2 touchdowns and 7 picks in the playoffs in his career. That's brutal. His only 2 career passing touchdowns in the playoffs were last year against the Texans, down 23-6 in the fourth quarter, And before that, his first one was against the Jaguars, up 17-0 in the second quarter. He only had one touchdown in that game against Jacksonville. So it was really a lot of that was the running game and the defense, and Trevor Lawrence struggling in the first half. And when he had to, step up in the second half, he couldn't do it. He was dreadful against the Texans last year, and he was not good against the Patriots last night. Something to be said about Justin Herbert. And the defense did their job. Only allowed 16 points. Drake May bobbled up all night, sacked him a few times, got pressure on him consistently. May didn't play all that right, had a couple of bad turnovers. And the Chargers offense couldn't do a damn thing all night. Patriots advance. So the playoff format looks like this. In the NFC, it's going to be Niners and the Seahawks. Obviously, for the third time, Seattle beat them in Week 18 to clinch the 1 seed. Rams and Bears. The AFC, Broncos come with the bye will host the Buffalo Bills. Patriots will have the winner of tonight's games, going to be Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before I get to SmackDown, a couple of GM notes. Not going to go into coaching stuff quite yet. Going to do that tomorrow or next day. But we had the Miami Dolphins hire John Eric Sullivan for next GM from the Green Bay Packers. He started out the Packers in 2003, became a major member of the front office in 2004. He was a scout for them from 2008 to 2015, was the director of college scouting in 2016 and 2017. He was the co-director of their player personnel from 2018 to 2021. Ever since 2022, for the last 4 seasons, he's been their vice president of player personnel. Overall, it looks like a solid hire. We will see what happens. But Falcons also hire Matt Ryan, their former MVP quarterback, of course, as their football president. So he'll oversee the football department, and we'll see what they do with the GM hire as well as the head coach hire. But Friday Night SmackDown, a couple of days ago, we had a really good match between Trick Williams and Ray Fenix. Trick Williams picks up the win, of course. Before that, Randy and Trick had a promo. And then, obviously Miz got involved. And then the women's U.S. title. Joey defeats Alexa Bliss. Overall, solid match. Then the Nia Jackson last election told her after the match. 8-man tag with the MFTs. Sans Mateo. It was defeat the Wyatt 6 in an 8-man tag. Then Solo stole the lantern on the way out. That's been a really good feud overall. Then Jordan Grace in her main roster debut match defeated Alba Fire. And then Jade Cargill confronted her, saying, "I'm that bitch," again. Hopefully I'd actually have her wrestle at some point. Then we had Johnny Gargano disguise his Axiom attack Nathan Frazier backstage. That feud continues. And then the big stuff, of course, the main event was Drew McIntyre against Cody Rhodes in a 3 Stages of Hell match. Drew McIntyre defeats Cody Rhodes via escaping the cage from the third fall to win the WWE Championship. First fall was a regular match. Drew, with the referee distracted, low blows Cody Rhodes, picks up the win. The Falls Come Anywhere match, Cody picks up the win. And in a steel cage, as Drew was about to escape, Jacob Fatu returned. Remember, he was attacked by someone. A lot of people, they made it to seem like it's McIntyre. I don't think it was. See what happens. He attacked McIntyre, then attacked Cody Rhodes. And while he was attacking Cody Rhodes, Drew crawled out of the cage, pick up the win. Thought the match could have been better. The finish was a little bit anticlimactic, but this needs to happen. Drew is the champion in front of a live crowd. Finally, he deserves this. And we'll see what happens with the feud between Cody and Fatu, I assume. Hopefully Cody turns heel soon. But Drew McIntyre is finally the WWE champion. All right. So I got for you guys today. Till next time. So long. Have a great day.